one highlight so far today, we're wearing gloves because we're outside now, so we have to be safe, but it means I can shake hands with someone, which has been great. And I've shaken hands with Gino. Welcome. Our virtual Bournemouth Air Festival. Let's shake again. Oh, blimey, I haven't done that for days. Nice to have you here, guys. George, you like a good cocktail. I know you can't join in, but give us the hand signals. Yes, brilliant. Gino, it's traditional on an air festival, and more so when we're doing a virtual Bournemouth Air Festival, to have some cocktail making in the evening. Tell me what we've got going on here. I think I can see, yes, a selection of gins. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to do an Elderflower Collins, nice classic gin cocktail, and then also we're going to do a cranberry teeny. And it's on behalf of HMS Spirits. You can see there all the premium gins, and this is Ben Maguire. I don't know if you want to introduce Ben. So Ben, these are your specialist gins then?
Yeah, HMS Spirits is my company, premium British gin brand based on the South Coast. And then we teamed up with Gino and Good to Know Hospitality, Marianne at Mojo Events to put on HMS Bath Tub in the Gardens last year. So we brought our converted horse box along, and we did cocktails, gin and tonics. We had vintage dancers. We've got the Troop in the Corner going to come and do a couple of dances for you guys as well. And we're looking forward to big plans for next year as well.
Right, so Gino, you're going to start making this in just a second, but you must be very pleased with the uptake in gin over the last 18 months, and certainly since March.
Yeah, the beginning of lockdown was difficult. We weren't sure how things were going to go, but we kind of adapted the website and managed to get a lot of online sales, pushed the brand that way, which a lot of people have kind of had to adapt to, same way you guys have done with the Virtual Air Festival. So that side of the business has been good. For all of us, the event side has been difficult, so it's brilliant to be able to do things like this so you can still bring a bit of that to the public, which is great. But yeah, gin's got a resurgence. We've got a rum on the way, a vodka in new product development as well. So we will be a kind of full complement of spirits to the brand eventually.
Well, that's fantastic. And those online sales have been absolutely fantastic in the last few months. I know down my road, we've got 20 houses. And when the recycling van comes every Tuesday morning, it sounds like 20 pubs are emptying out. So let's go for this cocktail making. Gino, talk us through what we're going to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do a nice gin classic here. It's called an Elderflower Collins, all right? So a bit of a twist on the classic gin Collins, just with the elderflower. So we've got always a double shot. Always remember, a nice double shot of gin here, OK? We're going to go.
And Gino's a good boy. He's using the official measure. I never use that at home. I don't know if you do, George.
It's because I'm on camera. That's
I certainly hope you are.
And we got that. And then what we're going to do, nice little shot of the elderflower liqueur here, OK? So give that a nice little sweet kickness. Over the top. You see, I'm not over pouring, you see. I'm doing very well here. Normally, if we got the speed pourers, we'd kind of go in like that.
Weights and measures are watching this very eagerly eyed, so right. Yes.
And we've got a shot of lemon juice. Nicely squeezed earlier on, all the way into the top. All right. And then all we got here is a little dash of sugar syrup, just simple sugar syrup. It will just take the citrusy edge off.
Now, this is the secret, isn't it, Gino?
This is all
the
about the
secret
sugar.
sauce, isn't it?
That's it. You only need a tiny little piece in there, all right? So not even a shot, just a little dash. And then all
now,
I'm
the
gonna
good thing is, George's mic has now turned on by the powers of technology. George, when was the last time you had a cocktail as good as this is promising to be?
I don't think I've had one as good. I mean, this is looking like a full meal, isn't it? It's a four-course gin special.
It's a nice little starter for you, don't worry.
Oh, no.
And we've got a little main course a bit later on as well. All right?
Oh, very good. Now, where do the ideas for your various flavours of gins come from?
So for me, it started a few years ago. I went about 6 years ago on a make or break weekend away with a girlfriend.
And the gin won and she did
it. We broke up, and on the final day, rather than spending it in each other's company, we kind of grown to hate each other, I went off shopping. And I bought a 35-litre copper still and got it shipped back to the UK. So then just as a hobby, I ended up distilling at home in my garage for about 4 years. Started off like rocket fuel, it was horrific. And then I ended up coming up with the spirit that is now Mary Rose, our kind of flagship spirit, our classic London Dry. Juniper lead, we use pink grapefruit to lift the front of the palate and rosemary for a nice soft finish. So after 4 years, told my mum over Sunday lunch that I was going to make the incredibly irresponsible decision of not buying a house and investing my money in starting HMS Spirits. So cool because my granddad was in the Navy, so it's a kind of nod to his memory. And yeah, I kind of invested the money, launched Mary Rose, and that was in mid-2017.
Fantastic. OK, so Gino, where are we now?
I'm ready to shake now.
Let's do it. He's ready to shake.
So we've got all the ingredients, all in there, top up the way up to the device. And very important, OK? So you over the shaker, give it a bop. If you don't give it a bop, someone's going to have a very bad day because it's going to get a bit messy. All right? So turn it on behind and then shake. So 10 to 15 seconds, really good hard shake. And the reason why we shake cocktails, it's not just to make them cold, it's also to dilute. It's very important for the dilution. So we're going to shake. Good 10, 15.
I don't do that at home either, I have to say. I should buy one of these shakers, I think.
That's it. And then you know it's roughly about right, because you can see here on the tin, it's all kind of frosted over here. All right? So you know you're roughly in the right time. And then give it a little bop. That's it, and releases. And this here is called a Hawthorn strainer. Okay, what we do, we place it over the top like this. Ooh. And all we want to do, we just don't want to get all the big chunks of ice, any bits of fruit and lemon coming out.
Do you know, I just caught the scent of that over
Did you
here.
get that on there?
Delicious.
I just...
And all we can do, we're just going to top
I'm
up.
actually also completely involved in the professional artwork going on here with Gino. It really is, isn't it? I mean, you spent years training for this.
It's years and years. It
Yeah.
does take quite a lot of time. There are many, many classic cocktails out there you need to learn. And yeah, it's a very fast-paced environment as well when you're out there. So it's very important to sort of know what you're doing and how to do. And that's it.
And Gino, have you
bit simple.
ever had anyone come up to you and ask for a cocktail that you didn't know how to make?
I've had many, yes. Many. A lot of people just make them up as they go along.
Exactly.
So they'll turn around and
exactly.
say, I like so-and-so, I like so-and-so, and you go, right, okay, scratch your head, and then all of a sudden you just got to go and do it. So we always do.
He is being modest too. He is an encyclopedia of cocktails. There's not many people I've had him turn down to be able to make something.
Well, we always try. So there we go, tiny bit of soda on top, and then we garnish it there, nice bit of lemon, and on top there, just a little bit of raspberry or something, and then we go.
Beautiful.
First one, all right?
George, do you wish to partake?
Well, it's a rather large one, Andy, and with social distancing, we just can't share it, can we?
Well, off we go, George.
I think you're
You can have the
stuffed.
next one. How about
Thank
that?
you very much.
It is my great pleasure, Gino and Ben.
You're welcome.
And especially with the Navy in mind. Yeah, up we go. Your very, very good health, everybody. It's been a fantastic 3 days. Here's to the Bournemouth Air Festival 2021.
So, Ben, what flavours is George going to be tantalisingly tasting now?
So the joint is really beautiful, really summery. You've got the juniper coming
right
through, the citrus that is balanced out nicely with the sugar syrup as well, so it keeps it perfectly balanced. And then you've got that kind of honey-like floral tones of the elderflower as well. For me, it's a kind of perfect British cocktail. It doesn't have tonic in it, which some people, they're not too keen onto it. They like gin, don't like tonic. So it's really refreshing. There's not that dry, bitter taste from the quinine. Just that's kind of British summer in a glass for me.
Well, that's a nice conversation, but George has had a drink and I haven't. So, Gino, what's next on the
Are we
plan?
going to go on the next one? are
Yes,
we?
why not? Come
All right,
on.
I think we're going to bring the dancers in.
Oh, I'm having some dances as well.
Yes.
Well, I didn't realise this. Let's get some dancing going, of course.
Let's have a party. It's the end of the show.
I'm back again, Andy.
How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for having us.
Right, so, Gino, what have we got in the next one?
All
Are we
right,
doing the
we're gonna
dancing
do the
now?
dancing
You're
first?
dancing.
No, I'm definitely not dancing.
The key to HMS Bath Tub is that you've got to earn your drinks. So to a certain extent, whenever we come down to the Air Festival, we take over quite a large area around the bar. And my friends and I, we just dance. And as we said earlier on, we will teach as well. We're going to have knockout Nikki Jane over there, who's going to be doing classes from the Swing Dance Company. So really, next year is big. Dance, drink, cocktails, and we'll do some dancing for you now, actually. So
Go for it. Let's get some music going. We're going to start on the other cocktail. Let's get some dancing going, the music going in the background, but let's not stop the drinks at all. So go for it, Gino.
All right, so we're going to do it.
So talk me through this. As we're watching the dancing, talk me through what we're doing for the next
so what
cocktail.
we're going to do a cranberry teeny, all right? That's it.
So this is the HMS Spirits Cranberry Teeny. It's our take on it. We do various different martinis. This one's nice and fruity.
Yeah.
So you add in, Gin's going to add 50 mils of our Mary Rose Gin, our classic London Dry.
And this is your first one.
Yep.
This is the Mary Rose is our first one. So in total, we've got the Mary Rose. Dreadnought is our Navy strength at 57.5% ABV.
Oh, Lordy,
And then our Elizabeth is our elderflower blend. A blend of classic London Dry and natural elderflower distillate, so no flavouring, sugars or sweeteners in there.
Okay.
So to the 50 ml, we're going to put 25 ml of Cointreau. She's got this beautiful gin and orange mix now. We're going to put 25 ml of lemon juice. And again, a dash of sugar syrup. And what's that doing is just balancing the cocktail out nicely. Sugar syrups are widely available in supermarkets now. You don't need to, though. Anyone that is a kind of little home bartender, have some fun with syrups. It's double the amount of sugar to water, boil it, cool it down. You've got the syrup we're using here. Add orange peel or grapefruit peel, any fruits you like to infuse your syrups. They're brilliant for cocktails, so easy and cheap to make at home. So, not everyone's done this before, so to the egg white, to the lemon juice and the cocktail, Gina's going to add an egg white.
Yeah.
An egg white.
An egg
which
white.
sounds
Oh,
scary.
Egg
you're
white.
getting the omelette.
Yeah. Nice bit of protein.
Wonderful.
Well, I didn't do this earlier on because I didn't want to mess it up just in case. But what we do is you crack the egg and you've got to slowly shuffle it out and you'll get all the egg white out, right, and you keep the yolk in. So I'm going to pour that in, and what we're going to do is called a dry shake. A dry shake, which is no ice whatsoever. All you want to do.
You go for it.
Yeah.
Give it a pop. I'm going to interrupt you. You go for this. I was just going to say, you're shaking for 15 seconds. When I was younger, it was a rites of passage amongst my friends to drink egg whites, but never in this fashion. I'm looking forward to this. This should be very, very nice.
Right.
So the egg white reacts with the lemon juice to kind of raw cook it, as it were.
And
then it adds this beautiful silkiness to the cocktail and a froth that comes to it too. So to that we're going to add 75 ml of cranberry juice.
That's 50.
That's good. That's one of my 5 a day.
That's
There
it,
you go.
absolutely. And 25 there. Right, just over the top.
It matches my shirt.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we couldn't have planned this any better, could we?
This is very good.
And then all I'm going to do, and then we're going to shake it with ice, okay? It's nice and cool, dilute everything down.
So give us the web address then for anyone interested in buying any of these fantastic gins.
HMSspirits.com. We've got our story, we've got some info. We sponsor a small race team out of Yarmouth on the Isle of Wight. No, Cowes, sorry, on the Isle of Wight. Trying to get involved in the local community as much as we can. And then we're bringing our horse box back for next year. It's going to be bigger, better. We've got the dancing, we've got Gino, we've got Marianne from Mojo Events. And we've got some really exciting things planned for next year. Last year was our first attempt at the garden. This year, obviously, is the same for everybody. So next year, we've got time to get some really good things planned for everybody.
Fantastic. Okay, Gino, come on,
All
let's
right,
go
now it's
for
time
this.
for the shake. Now
I've been
it's time
waiting
for the
long
fun part,
enough.
that's it.
I'm looking forward to you drinking this as well.
Once again, another 10 to 15 seconds like we did last time. So it's nice and cold, get everything diluted down, and stop and pop, all right? And the thing is with martini glasses...
We're going to have dancing after this as well. When we start drinking, George, you're going to start dancing.
I'll do my best.
It's gone down quite quickly, that one already.
I was rather thirsty, though, Andy. You won't have noticed.
So what we're going to do here, what we're going to use for anything with a martini, we use something called a fire strainer, or a tea strainer, you can see there.
Okay.
And what that does, it just takes all the tiny little shards of ice, so it should come out nice and clear. And you see with that egg white there, it's nice and frothy as well.
Wow.
And one thing that is, I think, during lockdown, a lot of people said to me, okay, Ben, well, you're doing cocktails. What do we do if we're at home without the right stuff? I mean, if you don't have a Boston shaker, you can put it in a jam jar. You can shake up in that. If you've got one of the gym protein things, use that. And again, tea strainers, anything. You use common stuff.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll be utilising many things around
And
the
there we
kitchen
go.
so I can make this.
That's that one there for you.
Well,
All
thank you very much.
You're
So
more
this
than welcome.
is the...
That's the cranberry teeny.
Cranberry
Set in just
teeny.
1 minute, you'll find a beautiful pink line. With
Oh,
the
it is,
white
isn't it?
froth on the top. Really delicate, beautiful drink. Nice and fruity. So you've got the cranberry, the orange, and then
Okay.
the
You can't, Andy. It's a work of art.
I can, George, and I will.
I
Are we
can
ready?
make more,
Okay.
don't worry.
So the flavours I'm going to get here are...
You're going to get the cranberry, the orange, the juniper. It's all nicely balanced.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's... George, thank you for saving this one for me. That's very,
You're
very
welcome, sir.
nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Enjoy that.
Oh, yes, yes.
Nice and smooth.
Carry
Nice and smooth, nice and fruity, nice and summery. And again, you can do that. I mean, you can do that with any juice as well. I mean, you could add grapefruit juice if that's your favourite too. Make it a little bit more tart. You can do it with an orange. The fine strain will take any bits out as well. So yeah, I think the key to cocktails is have some fun at home. Once you've got that initial kind of balance, the sweet and sour, the spice, then you're kind of good to go.
Well, I say, George, I know we had this chat at production meeting, the things I will and will not eat and things I will and will not drink. I would never have tried that. That is gorgeous.
There we go.
Thank you, guys. That is amazing.
You're more than
Fantastic.
welcome. Thank you.
Right, we're going to have some dancing and music.
We are. Let's get the music going.
Get the
Let's
music
fade
going.
to
I know we've got some
party,
dancing
shall
here
we?
in the car park, which is the weirdest thing ever, but it is the Virtual Bournemouth Air Festival. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Oh, no, great. We're allowed to do that.
Is that it?